Hey guys, Wolf of 1918 here, and in this last video of the week that has gone by with all the stuff about reenactment, I'm going to finally talk about putting everything together on your uniform and making sure it looks right. This does not mean that my reenactment videos are coming to an end. Rather, this 1 week of constant uploads about reenactment stuff is. There's still more that I want to talk about. There is still more to talk about in terms of authenticity, accuracy, and just making sure things are done right. I'm still learning, and so as I learn more, there will be more for me to talk about. But for now, it is coming to a close, and I will be focusing more on the lighting the powder keg series and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into the last final video for the time being. So now that you understand how to wrap your putties, how to darken your boots, how to assemble your belt, how to assemble your tornister, and the equipment that you need to create a proper uniform, we can finally talk about putting it all together. Now I'm currently wearing my M1907 tunic, my 1910 model pants, my halsbinda, and my undershirt. I'm not wearing my boots right now as I am indoors. That is something that I wear outdoors as I don't want to mess up the floors and whatnot with the hobnails. But I will be putting on the remainder of my uniform as I'm not wearing my belt, I'm not wearing my tornister, as you can tell, and I'm not wearing my gas mask canister, and I'm not even wearing my helmet. I'm a very underprepared soldier for the trenches. So the first thing you're going to want to do with this setup is you're going to want to put on the belt. That's one of the main things to do. If you don't do it first, it's going to get in the way and it's going to create issues. Of course, if you're outdoors, definitely put your boots on first. It's very difficult to bend down, tie your shoes, or just put on your jack boots and deal with that. If you're outdoors and you have all your equipment on, it sort of makes you back heavy and you can't really get down there properly without feeling like you're going to crush something. In order to do that, I need to move the lapel, so audio quality is going to suffer for a bit. I'm actually probably just going to unplug it, and there's going to be a lot of ambient. I'll go ahead and get my belt on now that I've got everything out. And so you're going to want to pick it up, and you're going to want to make sure that it gets nice and lined up. This is a very tricky part. There have been multiple ways that I've been told to do it, from laying down and putting it on, to taking everything off that you can and then putting them on after you have the belt on, to just dealing with it and putting it all on. The reason why it gets difficult is because you have several hooks throughout your tunic. And I'll show pictures of them later. You might be able to see that one there, and then the two on the back. Those hold your belt up, and you're going to want to let the belt rest on those hooks. Your bread bag's going to want to fit between a couple, and your spade and bayonet are going to have to fit between a couple. I'll show pictures of my belt kit all set up in post. You're probably seeing the pictures now. But the easiest way that I've found is basically you're going to, as you try to get it on, ask for help from one of your comrades, and they'll come in and help you put on the belt as you try to figure it out. Otherwise, it's just going to take you too long to get everything lined up and in position. Making sure everything's lined up on the hooks properly, as it can be difficult to tell if it is or not. And once you feel comfortable with how everything sits, as you can see, my spade and bayonet are sitting here right behind this hook, or right on top of this hook. The bread bag is sitting in between another hook. And the belt buckle you're going to want to have lined up with this line here. So it's going to want to sit right there. And usually this is the part where I would put my bread bag strap, wherever I have it set. I put it over my shoulders with my collar up, and then clip it, and then put this over the bread bag strap. But I am putting on my tornister, so that is unnecessary. But this is effectively what it's going to look like. Your spade and bayonet. Let me go ahead and lower this just a tad so that you get a better view of it. So you have your bayonet, scabbard, shovel, spade, whatever, and your knot. You got your two not bread bags, the ammo pouches, bread bag with the water bottle, the canteen, and everything else. If you had a gas mask bag, you would usually clip it right here with both the straps on it sitting on either side of the straps on your ammo pouch, or you would have it set up to where it would be sitting right over your bread bag. Those are the two areas that you can put it. I prefer right here, as it gives me better access to the gas mask, although when you're marching, it's a lot more comfortable in the back and doesn't get in the way as much. Now, because I'm not putting my bread bag strap on, that means that I'm going to be putting on my tornister. This can be difficult as well, and you're going to have to call on your same comrade to come and help you. This is mainly just to ensure, they're just there to make sure that nothing falls off the back and gets it in the right position. If you're more experienced, unlike me, you can generally do it yourself. But there is a D-ring here. So this one just clips in like a typical backpack, but this one needs to sort of sit onto a little latch that's right there, and it just barely reaches. And then once it's latched in, you'll have all that set up, and then you take these two clips and you put them in the D-rings in your ammo pouches, so that everything gets held up from the tornister. Now, the tornister straps should sit right above your shoulder boards. And again, you can ask someone to help you if you want, but that's not really necessary if you know what you're doing. This was something that I probably should have done before putting the tornister on. Would you take care of that one, please? Awesome, thank you, man. But yeah, getting an extra hand on these is very helpful because they can see things you can't as you're looking over your, apologies for the crappy angle there, as you are looking over your shoulder like this to try to get a proper angle on it. It is, it really is. And now once you're done with that, you're basically all set to go. You've got your tornister on with all the proper equipment, and you're all set, except you are missing a helmet. Now, if I was doing early war kit, which this could easily be, I would just put on my pickle hat with the strap, which I'm trying to find. I can't find it, but you'd put that on with the strap there, and you'd be early war kit with your gun. The other thing you can do is, because of the equipment, if you want to do more late war, you want to make sure that you grab your gas mask canister and put it on over and have it rest wherever you feel most comfortable, where you're able to quickly grab it and get your gas mask out. So, and then you want to grab your Stahlhelm, as with the canisters. When canisters came into being, Stahlhelms weren't really used by anyone other than the more traditional officers. But now, you're all set, and this is effectively wearing the full kit. And that's how you wear it, that's how you put it all on, and now you're all set to go, and you look all snazzy if you followed everything correctly. Now, this is not the best setup for me. I don't have everything that I'd like on this, but it's if you have all the required minimum items, as I detailed in previous episodes of the Ultimate Beginner's Guide, then you are definitely going to be looking very good for a beginner reenactor, and you're definitely leagues ahead of other people with around that same amount of experience that you might have with reenacting. But most importantly, I hope that all these videos have been super helpful, and that you have learned something from these series and have been able to gain some form of knowledge and that has helped you in terms of being able to perfect your kit and get a better impression overall. Special shout out to my Patreon backers. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram, keep up with community in the Discord and the Reddit, and if you want to support me, you can back me on Patreon or check out my Teespring shop. All those are linked in the description below, as well as a bunch of links to shops in which you can get started with your kit, and you can buy a lot of what you see, what I'm wearing now. And yeah, so thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.